Hello, hello, hello. Are we back? Are we back? We are. Hey, y'all. I'm Mikara Reid, personal stylist, fashion consultant. There's just so many things, but I like to just stick to fashion consultant. So we're back. We're back. If you're new here, hey, y'all. I am the stylist at MIIEN Consultancy. And if you're kind of here for the fast, quick type of fashion or quick problems, solutions, I'm not your type of girl because I like to really dig in. This is why I don't really feed into the algorithm or a slave to the content, as I would like to tell my clients. But I mean, some of you guys like the shapewear that I did, the shapewear example that I did. So we're gonna dive right on into swimsuit, swimwear, swimsuits, whatever you want to call it, bikini, whatever. It is the summertime. It's time to get cute. So we're gonna get into some swimsuit fit problems that was collected by my team, and then you're gonna get some stylist solutions. Again, I'm the type of stylist that's not going to be giving you the cookie cutter type of answers of what you're looking for. I'm more of a strategic type of mindset, mainly primarily because I work a lot with high achieving professionals who are not really into the trend type of thing. They like to kind of get their foot in the door and use their image as a tool. And then also I have my little, well, not little, but my fashion brands who also just need to be discovered and get a return on investment. So a lot of my thoughts and questioning is going to be bouncing off of that. So I'm just like letting you guys know. So let's get into swimwear fits problems and personal stylist solutions. All right. Swimwear fits problem. How can I flatten my midsection? More so have a tummy control. That's a great question. It's definitely a common one. I think my team definitely looked to see what was the common pattern, the trends, but stylist solutions. So I am more strategic about concealing and camouflaging. So first I would identify what is your body shape. You're not in front of me. I don't know what your body shape is. I'm not gonna imagine it. But to kind of just sum it up, I would go for something that is draping. I like drapes. A nice effect where it's like kind of just draping. So it's giving like the illusion that it is actually the fabric or the draping effect instead of your stomach protruding over. I know if you probably Google it, you'll probably see something else, but I really like the draping effect. I know a lot of pregnant women do that. Instead of going for the tight route, you can go for the draping type of effect. And also, if you are into, I don't know what your budget is, but there are the brands who really invest in lining that has mesh and really just just tucks your stomach in. It just makes it just, just suck it in. You know what I'm saying? It's just tight, kind of like a corset or like a shapewear type of feel. Those are for like the high quality brands that really you're really paying the bang for the buck. I know, let me see if I got this. Yeah, I do. So I was cleaning one of my clients' closets out, and she bought some swimwear. So I do have some examples back here. You guys can't see it because you see this picture, but um one of the tags, it says, does it say it? No, this one doesn't have it. One of the tags said tummy control, but it looked just like this. And it really wasn't tummy control. So for those who really want to take the time out to invest in your style and take your style more seriously. I did state this in the beginning. If you are not the girl to do that, then you might as well just keep it moving. You need to try your stuff on. Try your stuff on and see if it says it is, because otherwise a lot of people on brand will just slap on just words so people can buy. They just see buzzwords, they tug on your emotions so that you can just buy. All right, so that is a great question. I hope this was helpful. All right, next one. Swimwear fit problem, in quotes. I struggle with finding a bikini top that offers both style and functionality. It's a good one. So personal stylist solution. I would definitely emphasize on straps. Straps. You said functionality. I know the first word was style, but functionality, I need you guys to kind of just use your critical thinking. And I'm not being sarcastic. Again, if you're just now seeing just this clip, I am more of a strategic styling type of individual. If you want a quick fix, I am not your girl. I'm not your brand. Just keep it moving. So when it comes to functionality, I don't know what your body shape is. I don't know your body size, but I think this picture that is behind me is so well suited for this question. You see how our straps are? Over time, the meat in your breast are going to get overwhelmed and just, it's a lot of weight and pressure and tension. So it's gonna be falling. I think that's one of the questions. So finding something, you definitely need to have straps that support. So getting these little rinky dinky, flimsy, skinny, it's not gonna work. You want style and function. Those are the two words that you emphasize. I would strongly suggest that you start off looking for functionality, and functionality would be straps. And then once you find something that is straps, then that's when you start filtering through style and fashion. Unfortunately, for those girlies who want to just go for the cute and fast route, you're going to keep running into the same problem. But again, I don't know what you look like, what your body shape is. All these things factor into what supports your body or your breast or whatever the case may be, and what is functioning. The functioning part for a lot of your bathing suit is honestly your straps. I am a part of a lot of collection developments or product development for fashion brands. I don't actually sew or do the pattern making and all this and that, but I do understand the function and like the background of making an actual garment. And for me to sit here and tell you, as a stylist that actually is in people's closets, hear the complaints, hear the problems, and kind of transition them over or transform their look, this is something you need to definitely focus on. There are so many dope fashion brands, and better yet, if you really are serious about looking fashion forward and functional and really want to spend some money on your style and have it for a long time, you can definitely work with a seamstress or a tailor to make your own customized swimwear. Just giving you foods for thought. You do have to seek where these tailors and seamstresses are and what their specialty is. That's a whole nother video, but they are out there. Or you know what, if you come across a small independent designer, you can ask them, do they do custom, and maybe you whatever they have or their inventory, and they can kind of just shift out the straps so that it can be functional. You have to tell them that you want it to be functional so that you can come in for the fittings or fitting, however many you need, so that they know that it is functioning. Because what you guys are buying in the store are just one person in mind, and it's not even a real person because it's a mannequin when these designers are making, what you see in the store, what is produced out to the masses. All right. I hope this was helpful. All right, we are back. I do not like putting this little microphone on my shirt. It just, I don't feel like the volume is up. But next swimwear problem. Let me see where we left off at. Okay, here we are. Why do my straps always dig in my shoulders or fall down? This is definitely a common thing. I think we've all have gone through this, but what's the quality? What is the quality of this swimwear? I'm definitely gonna have to say, and also the sizing. I know a lot of us have gained weight, lost weight, and we just don't want to get rid of the swimwear because we're so in love with it. We love the color, we love the fit. Well, we used to love the fit if you have gained or lost weight, but that is also another possibility. I know a lot of clients that I've had in the past that they didn't realize, certain areas they kind of lost a lot of weight, or if you're losing or if you're gaining muscle mass up here, you're kind of adding in extra inches or half an inch, and you never notice that it's more that you need a longer strap. So I'm going to say it's those two problems that you need to take in consideration. There's just not a one size fit all. I don't know, but those are the two things that could come at the top of my head. But checking the quality of the bathing suit, of your swimsuit, is very important. It normally happens when it is a cheaper fabric. Definitely. Next one, swimwear problem stylist solutions. All right, I'm concerned about the see-through transparency when my swimwear gets wet. Ooh. Now, I do have some back here, but I don't think it's a good example, but for this question. But looking into your swimwear, I want you to look into your swimwear, if this is you or if this is you that created this question, and tell me if you have full lining. That is something that needs to be noted and investigated as far as that. When you don't have lining, especially when it's like light colors like white, tan, yellow, any type of pastel colors, that water will definitely it's like a white t-shirt. You're going to see all of your goods. What's the question? Yeah, definitely investigate the fully lined, if your swimwear is fully lined, because if it's not, you can add it. Again, you could take that extra step by buying it and then taking it to the seamstress or tailor. Just ask them if that is what their specialty is. You can have that done. They will add the lining, and then they will have you come in so that you can test it out. This is also called a fitting, to make sure that it is not transparent or see-through when you get wet. Also, another thing I'm gonna need you to investigate is to see what is the content of the material. Is it the lycra? I always mispronounce it, but I know it's spelled Lycra. What is the content of that? Is it 20%? Is it 30%? Or is it spandex? Those are two very notable content for the material for swimwear. If you have anything else, girl, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a specialty, but I know just dealing with a lot of clothes and being a part of product and content development for fashion brands. I'm not the one actually making the items, but they are giving me some information for me to kind of just understand when I do the fabric sourcing and fabric picking and stuff like that. But so yeah, those are two things I'm going to tell you to definitely investigate. So that is my solution, a personal style solution. On to the next Personal, well, not personal style, but swimwear fit problem. What is the next? Okay, here it is. Can I get more coverage without looking dull, frumpy, sad, unfashionable? You get the drift. Girl, you made a huge emphasis, but absolutely. I really love the climates. It's a gift and a curse, this social media thing. But the gift is that so many people, so many small individuals have woke up and just said, I want to become a designer and learn the craft and then started selling, whether it was on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Google, or on foot throughout their trunk or going to conventions. There's just so many different ways to get yourself out there, and it just takes one person to really just blow it up. So I would definitely take initiative. If you're one of those that like to spend time on social media, just type in fashion designer. There are hashtags that you can utilize, and the first one is utilizing the first one, which is fashion designer without the S, and then fashion designers with an S. Look, whatever category there is, you can find any and every one, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's someone like me who creates, pathways or mediums for you to find. I mean, I have a whole Pinterest account that has over 100,000 monthly views where you find inspiration, and it's no matter what category it is, as long as it's your whole image and your presentation included, I put the name on there. There's a lot of stuff. You know what? I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on. So as you can see, there are a lot of different things that is posted on the Pinterest. I use it as like a style book, a digital one, because a lot of people are just not using physical. So that is what I turn my Pinterest on, as well as I work with a few of direct to consumer fashion designers, as well as e-commerce, online retailers. They work with me. They co partner with me on certain things. So there's just so many ways. There's absolutely, you can look fabulous. You just need to do the work or go to someone like me, like I just pointed out. Or if you're not going to me, then you can go to someone else and see what they have. Just bounce around and see where you fit in. All right. All right. Next one, swimwear fit problem. What's the next one? Okay. How can I go about swimwear when pregnant? Congrats. That should be exciting. There are so many, well, no, I'm not going to say so many, but there are definitely brands that cater to maternity. They'll show like one version of, regular, and then someone that's pregnant. You can also, I want to say, size up and then get it altered, but I'm just not sure how far along you are. Because of the bottom part, when it comes to a two-piece, it can be a bit restricting, and I don't want to cause anything. So that's not going to be a 100 guarantee, but if you're like your first year, second, I would definitely bring that to your attention, and then just also check your doctor to make sure that nothing is too restricting, because I definitely don't want you to have any type of complications. Another solution is, there is a thing called tankinis. So it's like a tank top essentially, but it's a bathing suit material, and that will definitely be very loose and relaxing on around your belly, especially if you are more far along in the months. And then the bottom portion is definitely more suitable for you as well. All right. Next one, swimwear fit problem. My bottoms always rise up or give me a wedgie. Number one, How small, how tight is your underwear? That is like my ultimate go-to a lot. It's very surprising how women do not want to get rid of their underwear, or they're so comfortable with the underwear, or it's their favorite underwear. It's just so many, I want to say excuses, because I think that's very it's appropriate for what I'm thinking of if I were to go through your closet and kind of just ask, just to try to better or up your image, because that's what you hired me for. But with swimwear, there are different cuts. There are definitely different cut styles, just like how there's different cut styles with boots. There's boot cut, there's straights, there's bell bottoms. Definitely check to see what the fit is. So this girl right here, she has high waist boy shorts. So if that's something that you're going for, then go for it, girl. Now, if you want, let me see, there's classic fit, there's full coverage, there's high waisted, there is low rise, high leg, cheeky. Like, there's just so many different kind. You definitely need to know what style this swimwear is that you're buying. Let me see what this one is. We got a cute little room here. Let me stop. All right, so I took the green screen off. So here is a regular classic type of fit. If this is something that you're going for where you want full coverage, then go for it. There are some that really just have that narrow portion of your swimwear, and that if that's something that you don't want, but then don't buy it. Let me see. See, this one piece is full coverage, so it has that classic type of fit. So you will get full coverage. So yes, we all want to look cute and demure and everything above, but we also want to be functional and together internally. We're having that in our minds. So definitely, before you buy, know what type of cut it is at the bottom. It's just so many. I know as women, we have so much to look into when it comes to these type of things. That's why I said I am strategic, because there are a lot of intricate things that just misalign, and unfortunately, us women, we all don't have the same body parts. I mean, some of us are top heavy and then bottom heavy. Some of us are just straight narrow up and down. Some of us are way more full at the bottom, or certain areas at the bottom. You just need to figure out your formula. So looking into what the style is would be very, very helpful for you and will save you the long run. So being specific and not just picking up any generic thing will save you the long run, trust me. All right, let's go on to the next swimwear problem. Where are we left at? Okay, here we are. I have a lots of questions. I think I'm going to get through them all. So I hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, definitely like, comment, let me know if it's helpful, if you're going to try it, all of that. So here is the next swimwear problem. Why does my swimwear feel so restricting and uncomfortable when I do water sports or active swimming? I like this question because I am a former athlete. I wasn't a swimmer. So sports bras or anything that is adjacent shape to it, I am very privy to. And it's honestly why I love these types of shirts, like the race bags. So I would strongly suggest, you may not like this, but opting for sports bra or racer bag or something that is very adjacent to that type of style because it supports. Look at my shirt right here. Sorry, through my other phone. So look at my shirt right here. You see how high this is? It is really just supporting and covering everything. It's covering everything. So when I am moving and being physical, girl, very limited is shaking. When you have this tight little cutesy mutesy type of thing, you're going to be restricted with your activities. So it's if you think about it, it's a bit of an oxymoron. You're trying to be active, you're trying to be physical, because that's what sports is. You're being active, you're moving around. There's a lot of movement, whether it's aggressive, whether it's passive. You need to really tame the girls. That's what I like to call them, especially since we're on social media. But taming the girls, you need to have full coverage. And the best way to have full coverage is getting something that is like a sports bra, because the straps are wider, they're up top, they're high, and it also just provides full coverage. I'm not sure if you're just joining us or you're watching the full video, but there are just so many different small or independent type of brands, or even people who do custom type of designing. You can have this made. You definitely can have like the top of portion altered to be more like a sports bra and cover you very well. All right. Next problem for swimwear. My swimwear loses its shape quickly after a few years or months. I don't know which one it is, but you need to invest in a high quality fabric. I say this because when it comes to fast fashion, I definitely have a podcast. I don't want to say a podcast because I'm a visual type of company, so the audio just doesn't work. But I did a episode focusing on fast fashion. I mean, in our 20s, we don't have money and we're trying to penny pinch and look good and blase, blase, blah. But when it comes to swimwear, there are just certain fabrics that just don't stand a chance when you keep washing your swimwear. It's either going to shrink, or in this case, the spandex part, it loses its strength to stretch. So it's like the shaping just collapsed after 2 or 3 washes. I'm just trying to make it very lamest term for you so that you can understand. So that's why I keep emphasizing on high quality type of fabric. But hey, if you're a girl who wants to just throw money out the window and do what you do, then you can do that. But if you are someone who is tired of the same old, and then start planning and buy your swimwear at the end of the summer when they go on sale, and then next year you'll be well prepared. But investing in high quality is in most cases is essential when it comes to swimwear, because it's but so much fabric. So you have to kind of just get it right. There's just so many things as a woman. This is close to our intimate parts. It's very important to kind of just cover those important bases. All right. You know what else? I forgot to mention a tip. When you're washing your bathing suit, another cool tip. Definitely wash it in cool or cold water. This will definitely preserve it, and also let it air dry. Do not put it in, do not pop it in the dryer. The spandex, the elasticity is going to it's kind of like, I want to say melts. I don't think that's the proper word. Again, I'm not the technical person. I am around the people. I can ask, but this is just at the top of my head. I'm just being very truthful. But a wash tip I would definitely say is wash it in cold or cool water and then let it air dry. It definitely just releases all that chlorine and the sun kind of just being on there just to preserve your bathing suit a little bit longer, especially if you have that high quality type of bathing suit, all right? All right, next swimwear problem. Where are we at? This one. My high-waisted bottom sometimes look like a diaper is on. What should I do? All right, we're gonna have a nice little mini office session. The first thing I would do is identify what your body shape is. I mean, yes, we can eyeball these women's shape, but I really like to get the measurements and also the silhouettes of what your body shape is so I can see what area is longer than the other. Next, once we define what your body shape is, then that's when we're able to see what style, what cut, what fabric is best appropriate for your body shape. I can't really just give you a cookie cutter type of answer. I mean, yes, it can probably look like a diaper, but these two women right here are wearing the same type of bathing suit and it looks amazing. But for you, you can have a totally different body shape. There's just so many different factors as to why it looks like a diaper. I mean, is the ruching on your butt it makes it look kind of like a diaper? Is it around? I mean, what? There's just so many different things. I can't really give you a one size fit all. Again, I said in the beginning, if you are looking for a quick fix, I'm not your girl. And you're not in front of me, but yeah, first determining what your body shape is. I mean, if you're a smaller type of girl, we can definitely talk about that. But if you're a bigger type of girl, we could talk about that. Yeah, there's just so many different. Again, I don't know which way to kind of just go. So my mind just goes to so many different places as far as why it looks like a diaper. If you're looking for just that one answer, I can't. Unfortunately, women have so many different shapes of their bodies that I truly come across. I like to be realistic with my people, regardless if I'm online or offline. That's just how I am. So I really can't define it. I'm probably going to get a lot of dislikes. I don't really care. But knowing what your body shape is first, and then from there, we can see why it looks like a diaper, whether it's too big, whether it's designed, because the design or the detailing is on a very voluptuous part of your butt. There's just so many different things, all right? All right, and we're back. Let me see where we at. All right. How can I highlight my waist? Shopping for swimwear and can't really find one that cinches my waist. I like this question. I definitely want to give you a heads up. If you are wearing this this swimwear and you want to have a cinched waist like this woman, I definitely, if you were in my office, I would say, are you going to be eating, or are you going to be swimming? Because if you're going to be eating and you want that cinch effect, I definitely want you to be mindful. And I think a lot of people will give you all these options of what to do, what to wear, and you're tight and cute and mute. And then when it's time to eat or you're drinking too much, now you kind of need to take a bathroom break or leave early because now your clothes are just tight and cutting off your circulation. So that's number one. I just truly like to be realistic, and again, I deal with everyday people, but there's just more high profile or high achieving ones that are low profile. But what I like to do is definitely deal with color blocking. I love just creating different illusions with color blocking. If you are into doing that, the monochromatic, or just picking colors that are bright where you need more volume at in your on your body, and then toning it down where it's a little bit more volume with your shape wise. That is one way. You can also do play around with wraps. That'll be cute. And also just one piece. One pieces are cute as well. Do not get a one piece with a belt. This is where a lot of people will try to add a belt, but what people don't realize is you are creating another detail. You're creating another line for people to kind of just dart their attention to. So when you just have one clean cut line, that is less attention drawn to the detail. I'm sorry, one less thing that they have to worry about of the flaw that you're trying to conceal or hide, or whatever the case might be. Or if you're someone like her, let me move these clothes from the green screen. Having this part right here is also a great way to kind of just have that cinch waist when you have a two-piece that is high-waisted and has this cinched kind of line. But again, I want you to remember, if you're going to eat, and I mean eat, not like finger foods, but eat, and get your nice little drink on, I want you to kind of remember, because it is summertime, it is pool parties, cookouts, brunches, and all this and that. I'm just trying to be very, very realistic for you to keep in mind, all right? All right, next problem with swimwear. Where did I leave off this one? We just did the highlight in the waist. How can I find a one piece that's both great for swimming and genuinely sexy? I really like this question, and it'll probably be like long-winded and thought-provoking, but what defines sexy to you? Not everyone is trying to be scantily clad. Not everyone's trying to be Megan Thee Stallion. Some women just want to be modest and just have a nice little tease of skin, or just keep it classy, or maybe they want to show off a little bit of their body because they've been working hard on their weight journey. There's just so many different ways to be sexy. Look at the woman behind me right here. Would this be sexy for you? There's just so many different ways to find it, but that is something that I would ask for you to find what sexy is. Or I would tell you to go on Pinterest and create a board of what is sexy, so I know the direction. That is definitely something that I have clients do before we even meet, so we can kind of just unravel what is too much and what is not enough, so that I don't under perform on my services. But once you define that, I definitely would say shop through the internet. There's just so many different ways. Instagram, I don't like Instagram, but Instagram and Pinterest, I would say, are two tools that are great for shopping and kind of just browse through. Just type in swimwear, and also TikTok. How can I forget about TikTok? We're right here. But those are three places that you can just browse through, or just go through there's just so many different things. I would truly need to know the foundation of the question, which is what is sexy to you. If this is not sexy enough to you, then I would know where to start. I'm gonna just keep saying it over and over again. I do strategic styling. I'm not for the masses. That's why I don't crank out a lot of content or try to chase the trends, because I am truly trying to dress people so that they can position themselves for the long term, not short term, long term. If you just want a quick little fix, I'm not your girl. Not your girl. But yeah, those are the two things I would ask. That's yeah, knowing what sexy is, where the starting point. I need to know the foundation of what is too sexy and what is not sexy enough. And I think if anybody can like just comment down below and be like, this is sexy for me. Also, I know this is a new question. If you guys haven't previously if you guys didn't watch the previous question, what was the previous question? Let me go back up. There was one about, okay, here it is. How can I highlight my waist? And I talked about highlighting the waist, and I said, do not, no, not that one. There was another one. There was another one. There's so many questions that we did. How can I? Oh, it is. How can I highlight my waist? And I said, do not get a belt. That is like the ultimate go-to person. That's like the ultimate go-to thing. And I said that it creates an illusion. Do you see? Even though it's white, but this is another line that's drawing more attention to your waist. I'm trying to give you the illusion. I'm trying to give you the picture of what I was referring to when I said that. All right. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I know I kind of went backwards, but I'm killing two birds with one stone, because it definitely just dawned on me. I'm like, oh, this is a good example to show why I said do not add a belt if you are trying to cinch your waist. I know this is like the ultimate go-to, but it would look a lot cleaner if you are trying to cinch your waist if you did not have the belt. But this looks good because it goes aesthetically with the swimwear. All right. I think me piggybacking the cinch waist, this is a better example of what I was showing. I know the black and white kind of threw it off because aesthetically it went, but I found a picture and I'm like, this is a better example to kind of show for the person who is asking about how to shop for swimwear when you want to have a more cinched waist. An example that I provided or suggestion message provided was a one piece, and this is a way more better example of what I was trying to say. All right, here we are with another problem, and here we are. I struggle with finding a swimwear that works for my long torso. This is definitely a common problem, and I actually like this. I think this is a topic that's not, emphasized within the women's fashion, because men's fashion, when it comes to like suiting or certain category of the clothes, they do have long, regular, straight, and stuff like that. We women do not have it. So there are 3 suggestions that I'm going to give you. Here is the personal stylist solution. So number 1, size up and then get it altered. That is a consideration if you are someone who is actually going to take the initiative and do the work to actually alter. So getting one size bigger and then getting it altered. The next one is going to the tall section for women. That is also an option for you to try out. And there was something else that I wrote down. Um, the one piece is so generic. I like the two that I provided. Sizing up, because that's a more realistic. You are probably not going to, I mean, a one piece, eh, you're probably talking about a one piece, but getting a size up and then getting it altered. But if they have it for tall, if they have a section for tall girls, definitely check that section out as well. All right. Moving on to the next swimwear problem. My swimwear rolls up or down, especially when I move. This is definitely regarding fit. Have you tried it on? If you didn't, you just bought it because it's cute and you thought the size is the size. No. Interestingly enough, a lot of designers have different sizing metric. It doesn't matter if you are within the United States. Every designer has a different sizing metric. So whether they are sewing under or over, that does matter, because it does take a lot. That does take in some inches or it takes away some inches. So that is one thing. You definitely need to know that that is poor fit. And then lastly or nextly, I don't even know if that's a word, but the elasticity, I said elasticity, the stretchiness. I'm gonna just say that because I just can't pronounce the word. It probably lost. It's probably gone away. It's probably worn its course. You've probably worn it a lot. I'm not sure what the situation is, but those are one of the two suggestions that, or options that the problem is when it comes to rolling up or rolling down. Also, I want to say I did touch on fitting. This does sound like the shapewear episode or one of the questions. And when it comes to just the size, the fitting, because that is, goes hand in hand, it can be too tight. And when it's too tight, when it comes to the elasticity, I can never say that word right, but when it comes to stretchiness, the spandex, when you have it really, really tight, it is trying to get back to its natural shape, and you are really taking it out of its shape. It's being abnormal. It's trying to get back. It's trying to just bounce back. So it's rolling back. It's trying to roll back to its natural state. All right. I hope this was very helpful. All right, on to the next swimwear problem. So we did the roll up, roll it down question. How can I make my small bust, my breasts, look fuller in a swimwear? Oh, girl, we got you covered. We got you covered. Let me pull her out right now. Get a swimwear that has a built-in padding, or it has the push-up. If you don't want to do the padding, or if it's too much padding, look for something that has like the push-up that pushes the girl up, and it gives that illusion that you have full cups. But definitely get something that is built in. This is the swimwear. I'm letting you guys know that. Yes, get something that is built in or has the push up type of feature. See this woman behind me? She does not have either one. So therefore it does not give what this person has wanted, which is fuller breasts. All right. On to the next problem for swimwear. I'm concerned about my camel toe. Now, girl, you are diving for those swimwears that has like this right here. the narrow type of portion is called the gusset, Gusset. You need to seek for something that is wider, that has more coverage right here, like this, or there's some that is wider. You need to seek for that gusset area to be a little bit wider or very wide, or opting for board shorts. I'm not sure what aesthetic you are looking for or what your body shape is, but you are definitely looking at the ones that are very, very narrow, and that is not. Let me see. We sure do still have. Let me turn this green screen off, because is this showing? No, it's not showing. All right, so here is what you need to be looking for. Something that has a classic type of fit. This area right here, let me pin it so I can kind of just demo. Can you guys hear me? Pulling on my shirt. I don't want it to be banging on my necklace. All right, so this right here is the gusset part, and this is where you need to have it wide, maybe even wider. That just all depends. But this portion right here, you're probably looking at the ones that are very, very narrow. I forgot what it's called, it's escaping my mind, and that is why you are probably having that camel toe. And also the tightness of your swimwear is another thing. You need to kind of just check on that. I know some of us are emotionally attached to a lot of our things, but that is another reason why you are having camel toe. Trying to be very realistic, and I like to be upfront, but if that's something that you just don't want to hear, maybe then I'm just not the girl for you or the stylist. All right, hope this was helpful. On to the next problem for swimwear. My swimwear color fades quickly from chlorine or the sun. So I'm definitely I know this because I'm literally working with a swimwear person right now. I might be doing a live sometime in June. I'm putting that together to kind of get some feedback and just to kind of test things out. But you definitely want to look for brands that does a special treatment on the product. It's called UV resistant, or let me make sure, chlorine resistant on their fabric. The reason why you need to do that, because UV is the harsh lighting on the fabric. It does turn. And also the chlorine, that is another just harsh harsh chemical, I guess you want to say, but it's just another harsh element on this product, on the fabric, on the electricity. It will, kind of just rot your fabric away. And also another thing, when you wash your bathing suit, if you didn't catch the other time that I shared this tip, it's definitely very important that you wash your swimwear with cold or cool water. And then once that is finished washing, once that cycle is done, let your swimwear air dry. Do not pop it in the dryer. It's definitely going to have less of a life cycle. You're preserving a little bit more. That does not apply for fast fashion. If you're buying for Fashion Nova or Zara, I'm referring to higher quality type of bathing suits. All right, hope this was helpful. On to the next problem. I hope you guys are enjoying and find some of this stuff very helpful. So the next swimwear problem is, I'm self-conscious about my hips or my thighs in swimwear. So this is more so not about the actual product swimwear, but there are just some underlying things that you are having within yourself. So I mean, let's dig a little deeper. What What is it that you are just self-conscious? Is it because someone has teased you about your thighs? Is it because things just never fit? So that was just a learned type of insecurity that was breeded within the last couple of years? Like, what is it about you being self-conscious? Because it doesn't matter how expensive or how fabulous the clothes are, you are still going to be, self-conscious about it. So my method of styling, I like to get to the root of the person. I think that's more important because no matter how expensive these clothes are, how fabulous they are, how expensive, how cheap, how whatever, that problem is still going to always be there. It's always going to haunt you. And essentially, confidence is the heartbeat, it's the pulse of fashion, personal style. So that is how I would attack it. And once that is attacked, and I don't want to say attacked, but just acknowledged and worked through, I think that's probably a better route. Then you can start kind of just doing cover ups. I like to do those wraps with like the slits. I know I did this with one client. She went to therapy while she was still while we started doing like her closet because she did like a whole makeover. So once she kind of worked through her insecurity, the going the route of a wrap and then having like a split on one of the legs. It wasn't a very high, it was something very modest. I didn't want to just throw her out in the ocean with no type of life type of it's escaping my mind, but I wanted her to be comfortable enough so that she can start building the confidence of her thighs or hips, or just start embracing it, not more so just be a runway model, but just definitely being more confident than she was before, and just kind of just embracing it and accepting it wherever that was. So that is how I would go about it. For those who's just looking for a quick fix, sorry, that's just how I go about things. I don't run away from things. I like to kind of just get to the roots. On to the next problem for swimwear. I'm a top heavy, so finding a suit is always a challenge. What can I do or consider to get full support and coverage in swimwear? I love this question. Even though I'm not like a fully big busted woman, I know this is a problem for a lot of women, but the portion that the elements, the function, the support, you definitely said coverage and support. I want to really just zone in and zero in on that. You definitely need to really get into the straps. I know we are all used to these skinny type of straps, but the support and coverage comes from the straps and also the back as well. If you ever noticed or just listened to a woman with a very large breast complain about their back pains, that's because that is what is supporting the breast, the back. So getting into swimwear that has wider straps, greater coverage, and also the back has a lot of detailing or support, I should say. The design is very supportive of your breasts. That is where the coverage is. The coverage is not just fabric over your breasts. I mean, we wear clothes. You could just throw on something and that would be not showing your goods. But for women who are very top heavy, you really need to pay attention to the straps in the back. I know it sounds suppressing, but sweetheart, it's 2025. There are so many amazing designers out there. I know you want to find someone that would help you. Again, go to MIIEN's Consultancy's Pinterest. I promise you, there are post daily and weekly of different ideas for people to have, but needless to say more. For heavy top heavy women, look for thicker and more supportive straps and bag. Those are going to be essential for you. All right. And we're getting close. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do some more, but I think we've answered over like 20. I think we're on 21 right now, because we get to at the end of the list, and I did have some extra, but I don't want to make this too long. But here is the next swimwear problem. How can I look put together? It's very kind of weird. How can I look put together for both swimming and lounging? Oh girl, you came to the right place. Add-ons are very fun to do, whether it's add-ons like this. See the girl in the lime green, she has her version. The girl in the pink, she has hers. And then the one in the purple. See, all these women have different versions, or you can add accessories, you can add sun hats, you can add jewelry, you can just add a simple wrap. There are so many ways that you can get a very big scarf and turn it into a wrap. There's just so many different bags. It is summertime, so turning a beach bag into your bag is another thing. There's just so many different ways. Stacking bracelets. I am one of those girls that love accessories, so I can kind of go over the top, but there's just so many ways that you can add on, turn things into, like I said, a scarf, into so many things. As a wrap, if the place gets cold because you're lounging, you could turn that scarf into a shawl type of thing. There's just so many different ways. I would ask you personally, what is too much and what is something that you don't normally like to wear, because I don't want to push things onto you, but I definitely just provided you a whole host of things of, swimming with your swimwear, and then from there, kind of let your bathing suit, your swimwear dry off a little bit, and then I would suggest like adding on the covers and stuff like that, because you don't want to be walking around, especially if it's going to be like a cold place, because you're going to be feeling a draft. So I hope you guys really enjoy the swimwear style fit problems and personal style solutions. My team has gathered a lot of problems that were on the internet, as well as asked a couple of people in person, and gathered some from my newsletter from my company. I wanted to throw in a couple of extra ones, but I'm not sure. I might just do them like loosely, randomly after this one is posted, but because I feel like this is long enough. I did answer a lot more questions versus the shapewear, but definitely check out MIIEN Consultancy at MIIEN, as MIIEN.co. Go to the website, check it out. Check our Pinterest, that is where we're most active. Follow us on TikTok, that is MIIEN, MIIEN.co. Instagram, I'm not bothering with Instagram. I'm not even gonna tell y'all to follow, because we're not on there. They keep deleting our accounts, and we are just there, just parking our stuff. Definitely follow on YouTube. We're very active. I have some amazing stuff coming down the line. What else is there? Definitely, if you are in search of, you can't see it, but if you are in search of just rediscovering your fashion identity as a professional or just a person, the book is available. What You Mean, Discover Your Fashion Identity. I have written it, and stay tuned for more content. Definitely comment down below. And if you are a designer, come on through. We are opening the gates for co-creator partnerships, and also opening services for a couple of things. I'm very excited. I'm excited for a lot of things. Very, very excited. All right, my name is Mikara Reid, fashion consultant, personal stylist, style advisor. There's just so many things, but I hope you enjoy. Definitely like, comment, and we will see you in the next one.